Here we are, folks, once again. More Abomination Vaults madness. We're going to get deeper into it tonight. As the companions continue their delving deeper and deeper under the gauntlet. Episode 73, 7-3. That's where we're at tonight. The other one missing out tonight is probably going to be Jesse. He might show up later. We'll see. Fingers crossed. But otherwise, we've got a full roster. Full roster of our companions. And we're going to jump right into this without hesitation. Do our introductions. We're going to start off with my good friend Kyle, who's playing Bjorn tonight. Kyle, give us your intro.
Hello there. How y'all doing? I'm Kyle. I played Bjorn. He is the frontline fighter, heavy hitter, stand there, take a beating, and kind of a mysterious character. We haven't really delved too much in with him. Kind of a commanding figure, kind of in his own way. He's 7'1", about 290, big tall guy. I kind of always felt bad whenever I would role play with Althea because she's like 3'1", and that just kind of made me feel bad. But yeah, he's ready to rock and roll, and we're here to purge the evil from the gauntlet. We're gonna see what we can do against these creatures.
Yes, we are. And thanks for that, Kyle. We're gonna move on to always present Rachel. Introduce yourself, Rachel. Character.
Of course. Rachel here. Today I'm playing Cypher, although it sounds like we might be getting in touch with Althea, but for the most part I'll be Cypher. She is a very talented bard who also likes to dabble in sneaking around, and oh boy, she is a fantastic liar. Already has proven very useful. I have to wonder if her companions, her traveling party, if they've caught on yet. That not everything she says is truthful. But we'll find more about that later, if she survives.
If. Thanks for that, Rachel. Awesome. And, of course, we've got our newest player, Karma. She's joining us again tonight. What's going on, Karma?
Hi there, hello. I'm Karma, and I play Karma Sunseeker. She's a war priest cleric dedicated to Ayamode. Looking forward to trying out some brand new spells that I've never had a chance to try out before, and fight some bad guys.
Fight some bad guys. Excellent. Thanks for that. And, of course, we've got Dizzy. Introduce yourself and your character, Dizzy. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? I play Lyra, the champion of Desna. Just pretty much going to be keeping it simple and short tonight. Just saying that she is, defending, and trying to keep people alive.
Mm-hmm. Doing a good job at it. Nice. We have a champion amongst us once again. Yeah. Alright, so that's our cast for tonight. Who's going to be playing? The companions. Kyle, let's get a recap in. Refresher, or no, not Kyle. Sorry, wait a minute here. Back up. Shift gears.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
You're so used to it.
Yeah, I know. Karma is going to do our recap, our brief recap of last week's events. Fill us in, Karma.
All right.
What's going on?
So last week, it was episode 72. We headed into the previous room north of the sand area where the giant pit with the giant creature was. We checked the north door. Cypher checked the door that led to the tavern, so we moved to the northwest room instead. We started to hear breathing and scratching inside from all of the doors around us. At the end of the hall, we found a creature. I'm gonna probably not be able to pronounce this correctly, but Mershan? Was that right?
Mershan.
Mershan? I wasn't sure how you pronounced it last week. But Bjorn challenged the creature to a one-on-one duel. Mercian ended up running from Bjorn, and he dodged around the entire group in the hallway, all of us blocking him. He just went right between our legs until he approached a lever that we assumed was for the creatures that we heard breathing and scratching behind the locked doors. The group eventually worked together to subdue the creature and knock it out, and tied him up to an overturned table. We got some loot from that: a golden emerald ring, a ruby encrusted dagger, and a fine mithril bracelet. We brought Mershan to the tavern and deceived the creatures there, saying that he was seeking an audience with Vishari, the tavern owner. Cypher convinced Vishari that she'd already been flesh warped. Garnering their interest, we attempted to bribe her to get the ring have her get back into the ring, one last time. And instead of everything working out, we did end up getting a side quest where we need to find someone named Clovis, a flesh-warped friend of Rashari. We have to give him an item, a strange tarnished silver pin. Not magical, just a silver pin. And if they give us an item back, we give it back to Rashari. That was the quest. So we headed downstairs and we came across a room with a red orb that felt really demonic, and a magical door that was all the way to the west of us. So we tried to dispel that door, but it didn't work. And we headed east and came across some enemies before the session ended.
Awesome. Go ahead and give yourself an extra hero point. So you've got 2 tonight.
Oh.
Rachel, you also start off with 2. Those bananas come in handy, I'm telling you. Yeah, you're starting off
It
with
pays
2
to be
tonight.
healthy.
That's right. Potassium. Our word of the evening. Everybody else starts with 1 hero point. So, returning once again to the Abomination vaults, deep underground. On a level that we are going to refer to as the prison. The preceding level was known as the labs. We're going to refer to this as the prison. A hellish landscape, this prison. Blood-stained walls, floors. The corridors themselves almost groan with an evil presence. Every footfall you take creates vibration, and you feel it. If hell could exist on this material plane, perhaps this is what it would look like. Perhaps this is what it would feel like. You've descended these corridors, cautious with every step that you take to avoid traps that you heard lie ahead. You found yourself in this corridor that you're currently in. To the west is located this almost ethereal-looking stone set of double doors, inlaid with what looks like a 5-pointed star, a pentagram. It drew the attention of the Asimar, the champion, who studied it and looked it over for quite a while, discerning what secrets she could pry from its stone surface. Runes surround the pentagram. It's almost unreal, magical. Something about it screams of evil. You also notice Lyra, a Samar champion, that at each point of this pentagram carved into this wall is a little indentation at each point. So there's 5 of them. As if it was scooped from the stone surface itself. What that means, I don't know. But you've taken notice. Whatever bars this portal is not mere stone, but it is magic. Perhaps powered by hellish forces. The group decided to head east. They did so. They entered a round chamber which somehow looks familiar. You notice there are on the floor what looks like fresh blood that has dried, but fresh nonetheless. Something died here, but there's no carcass, there's no corpse, there's no body. You also notice that there are spiral steps that go up all around the walls of this round chamber. And there's also stairs that descend. Where the steps do descend, you notice it's clogged with debris, fallen rocks and stone. It would take a lot of work to pry and work your way through that. Access to what lies below is out of your grasp. Cypher, skulking through the shadows, as she tends to do, scouted ahead, looking to the north. She saw before her eyes, in the darkness, she has dark vision, she saw barking out occasional orders, what looked like some type of demonic being. Giving out orders to what looks like 6, half a dozen grothlets, creatures you have seen and encountered and fought quite a few times on the upper levels. Horrible, acidic-like creatures. Savage. Mindless. That explode with an acidic burst upon being defeated. But there's this demon creature, and it seems to be drilling these creatures somehow, if that's possible. Such, berserk-like creatures, how could they be trained to do anything? Let alone be drilled. But that seems to be the case here. Cypher immediately headed back to her friends and informed them of what she saw. Bjorn was quick to formulate a plan involving caltrops and ambushing these creatures, getting their attention. And at that very moment, as Bjorn gave out some instructions, Valafor, get to the other side, we'll ambush him from there. As soon as those words left his lips, Valafor, bracing his axe of retribution, began to race across the center of the room. Cypher gasped at this sight, as Valafor, the impetuous warrior, clanked along the stone surface of the floor. And all of a sudden there was a roar coming from the north. The demon had spotted Valafor as he was attempting to cross with no stealth to get to the other side. The companions were revealed. Their presence was known. There was no time to formulate or put together this plan, to put it in motion. That was lost. And now we're going to enter a combat with these vicious abominations. Initiative has been rolled. We're going to start off with Valafor. He's up first with a solid 25 initiative. And I'll be running Valafor tonight. Briefly, anyway. So let's see what happens. Valafor is going to take his first action. Without pause, he runs to the other side, striding 20 feet. Presses his back against the north wall, his axe ready for action. He knows he's been found out. He looks back at the others, Bjorn. And he's going to ready an action. What that action is, you don't know. We're going to go to the Grothlets. Let's see, okay. After hearing this demon roar out some commands, you start hearing these creatures moving in your direction. And as they do so, you hear the moaning from them, getting closer and closer and closer until they all come within sight of the portal. They're heading towards you. We're going to go to Karma.
I casted heroism, and then I raised my shield.
Okay, heroism. Put that in the chat. Is there anything
Yes.
to drag or something?
Yep, I got it already. I drug it to the character sheet, so.
You done?
I'm all done.
Okay, Bjorn, you're up.
Alright. Seeing the situation happen, seeing Valafor run over, seeing Cypher in immediate danger, Bjorn's going to, for a free action, motion Cypher. He's going to run past her to get in with my first action. Reaction, I'm going to sort of yell to Cypher, "Get back with the others!" In a very polite and respectful way, as he's booking past you to get there, and then I'm going to start laying into this creature here first, Fritz. And I'm going to use the targeting system because I can. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
It's going to take 17 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to try it again. Alright, I got another one. So that's a hit, Fritz. Not critical. For 20 points of slash. And seeing the demon back here, he's going to yell, "You're next, foul creature." That's all I got.
Okay, you cut in deep with those slashes there. You got this one badly damaged. Lyra, you're up.
Alright, she's going to move here. Can I do that? There. Let's see what we got here. Let me see here. Well, she can't do that. Okay. So she's just gonna land a strike on the creature. Try to anyway. Elven curved blade.
Okay.
That's a hit.
It's a hit.
Gonna be 13 points, 8 slashing, 5 good. 5 positive, I should say.
Positive?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
For her last action, she is going to just hold her ground right there.
All right, so following closely behind you, she comes up with her elven blade whistling through the air. You can hear it. She twirls it about, and she lays into this grothlet, cutting into it, severing its appendages right off, and they're flying in the air. With a splat, they hit the stone, and she finishes this creature off quite effectively. But now it's time for the Barbazu. And you can hear him shouting instructions to these grothlets, far in the rear. Cypher, you're up.
She retreats. Yeah.
Little L shape.
L shape. Kind of going for a C, spell her name out. And she's going to actually cast Produce Flame at this one right here. Oh, that was accidentally blind. I didn't realize that I came into the game with a blind setting. What did I get?
I don't see anything.
Oh, I guess I'll recast. I'll do the I'll do that. See if it works.
Are you in public?
I am now.
Okay.
So this one says it was critical hit.
Yes, critical hit indeed. I don't see the damage buttons. Okay, I see the result though. 18? Is that doubled? I don't see how it's doubled.
There's not an option on the spell. On a critical success, it does double damage, so that's 36. And then it will take 1d4 persistent fire damage. So I guess you can just click the double.
I don't even see those buttons.
You don't?
Oh yeah, I do. I'm sorry, I do.
Okay. And then it'll take the persistent damage at the end of its turn, if I recall.
So that's fire damage that you
Yeah.
did? Alright, fire damage. Let me double check here. Okay.
On these slug-like creatures.
And then you got persistent damage, you said?
Yeah, because it was critical. It's 1d4. That's a lot of d4.
Yeah, why did it do that?
I don't know. Maybe you already had 4 selected or something?
Oh, I drugged the heightened version. Well, it's heightened +1. Cantrip 4. heightened +1 for every level.
Oh, I forgot that the heightened persistent damage for critical hits is increased by a d4, so 4d4 is accurate.
Ouch.
Wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't even read the heightened. I was just like, I'll do that one.
All right,
I'm
so
never
there you
gonna land a critical hit, and then I do. Nice.
Yep.
Congratulations. Feels good, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Does that end your turn?
It does, yes.
All right. Before we go any further, we have to retcon a couple things. I'm sure it's not going to be too much of a headache, but everybody, at the start of your turn, you will have to make a save. From the Piteous Moan. It's a DC 17 will check, so I think everybody's going to pass this, but everybody make a will save. You need a DC 17. Bjorn, you're good.
Oh, there goes my 20.
Everybody's good. Oh, Fella 4 failed.
He does have a hero point.
He's going to use a hero point. But he still failed. Critical failed. Well, that's unfortunate. That's going to result in him being sickened too. Everybody else, you're immune to this moaning sound these creatures are doing. Alright, second of all, this one here died, so it's got its disgusting demise about to occur, and it's a 30-foot animation. Everybody is basically going to have to make a DC 19 fortitude. I'm revealing these numbers.
Yes, Carl, you're in the 30, and I'm hero pointing that.
Okay.
Fortitude? Save?
Yes, ma'am. 24.
You're good. It's a DC 19. So Mayra
alright,
and
so I'll
Cypher.
re-roll that. Man, wow, not my day. It gave me a 20, and then it gave me a 1.
Alright. It's a critical fail. That is going to be sickened 2 to Cypher, as well as, let me see, can I, no, I can't drag that. 7 points of acid damage as this thing just explodes, covering the walls. Everybody manages to get out of the way of this thing. Not Cypher. She was too busy getting herself out of position entirely from being seen by her friends, not noticing that this explosion suddenly occurs while she's in the open. Covering her with acid. It burns, Cypher, it burns. It makes you gag. So sickened, basically, it's a minus to your DCs and rolls, whatever that value is. You can spend an action retching on your turn, which gives you a fortitude check against the DC of the effect, which was 19. Okay. So anybody that's sickened. Alright, gonna go to round 2. Valafor. It's the Grothlets. Alright, this one right, I'm going to start with this one right here. Bjorn, he's just going to claw attack you. Reaches towards you with these long, extended appendages with claws.
That's a critical miss.
Ah, that is a critical miss. He's going to do it again. Let me target you.
Does that mean that I get a free attack because he did a critical miss?
No.
Damn it.
Next attack, another claw. Miss.
That's even more of a critical miss.
Gonna try another one. Miss. Okay. This one right here is going to do likewise. Again with the claw.
No, it's not a hit. Reactive
Your
shield.
Your shield is now raised. Horrible. Okay, this one over here. He's going to use a digestive spew. He's spitting acid at you. Miss with a 23. Alright. Tries to get behind you, champion, but it misses. Oops, nope, ignore that. That was against the wrong target.
It's still a miss.
Is it? I'm gonna roll it again anyway. Because I used the wrong modifier. Miss. Okay. Against you, Cypher. It's gonna spit out some acid. Darn it.
I don't think you have me selected because it says miss. That was a hit.
Lyra.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, that was against her. Try it again. Miss. And then moves to there. Reaches towards you, champion, clawing at you. Miss. Miss. Well, you guys are good on the defense here. Excellent. Karma, you're up.
All right. No. I was just about to check. It is gone. I thought I had another cast of that. Oh well. What I'll do then is I'll move. I'll attack it. Strike. How I...
The one you want says NAN on it.
Is that the one?
Yeah, that's your max bonus for your first strike. That's the one you want to play.
Gotcha. I was a little confused.
What does NAN stand for?
Yeah, I don't
No
know.
idea.
Yeah.
It's a hit. It's not critical.
Oh, where does it say that? It didn't say that.
You have to be targeting the creature to get the 12 points damage.
And then I'll use my last action to maintain heroism.
Okay. What kind of damage was that? Slashing?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. It has the option to be piercing if you want it to be, but you have to state it before you roll
Gotcha.
damage.
Oh, that's
Before
right.
you even attack.
Okay, yeah, just slashing.
Okay. Default is slashing. Okay. Done?
I am done.
Okay. Bjorn, you're up.
Seeing this situation unfold, seeing Karma now waiting in, he's gonna yell back to Karma and Cypher, "Hold there as long as you can. I'm on my way." And he's going to lay into the creature above him. That's a critical hit. This is going to be 36 points of slashing damage against this guy. And then we're going to
He's
try...
off guard.
Yes, and he is off guard of the remainder. We're going to give him another go. That's a hit. Okay, you see the buttons on the upper left side of your screen. One looks like a bullseye. You're going to click on that and then click on whatever target you want, and then it will tell you like how it does there.
Gotcha. I'll try to do that.
Right, so that'll be 11 points of slashing. Trying to finish that fight. Okay, I'm not going to finish that fight. So, last action. Battle Prayer. And I'm casting it on this guy. So, religion. But here's the thing with that. I believe I do not have a strength in religion. Okay. Religion check coming your way. Oh, I will hero point that. I can't hero point that.
Oh no.
I'm out of hero points. So that's a nat 1 on Battle Prayer. So I can't use it for 10 minutes.
So what was your result? Critical failure?
Yep, 18 with a nat 1.
Okay, so you can't use it for 10 minutes. The backlash.
Yep, I can't use it for 10 minutes, so that's all she wrote.
That's okay. That's okay. Tried to do little prayers to your gods, but you fumbled with your words. The distraction, the battle all around you, the acids burgeoning everywhere. Spurging. I made that word up, I think.
It works. It's very fitting. It spurged around me. I couldn't get it done.
Lyra, you're up.
She's going to attempt to target this one down here.
Okay.
Can't do bless. I can't really do anything else, so she's going to wait in there with us and see what she can get done. That's a critical hit.
It's a critical hit.
That's going to be 26 points, 22 points of slashing, 4 points of positive damage to that guy.
It writhes in pain as she cuts deep into this creature. Its
Yes,
soft
sir.
flesh.
What else can I use here? No. Okay, another strike it is. That's a normal hit. $17 points, 11 slashing, 6 positive damage on that one. And she's going to try to intimidate it. As she kind of cuts aside it, she's kind of yelling and screaming, kind of making herself look a little bit bigger than what she is. Very frightening.
Vile creatures.
That's a 30.
That is a critical success.
So it's frightened 2, I believe.
Was it demoralize?
Yes, sir.
The target becomes frightened 2. Let me double check to see if that's even possible. I'm not sure. I think this would. Well, I'm not going to say what it is, but I don't want to give away too many things here. But yeah, okay, I'll give him frightened 2. Why are these in black and white? I need to change that. Is that it?
Yes, sir. 2 attacks and intimidation.
Alright. Does anybody here speak Infernal?
No, I speak Undercommon, though.
Same.
No, I do not.
This doesn't matter. She speaks Celestial.
You hear the devil. He begins to scream in some guttural sounds, vicious sounding, evil-sounding language. You don't understand what it's saying, but it begins to push its way through the others and into the hallway. It's now into the room itself. You see him right there. And from behind the creature that is in front of... No, I take that back. He's brandishing this big, hellish-looking polearm. This glaive. Looks very similar to what you've seen before. And he looks towards Karma and he growls. "Foul servant of goodness," he says in common tongue. Let me see, how can I get him so he's not adjacent to you? Ah, that good, I'll put him adjacent to you, that's okay. And he's gonna attack you, Karma. With the glaive. Your armor class is 25, so that is a normal hit. You're going to take 22 points of damage. Evil damage. And bleed damage, 1d6. Let me drag that to your token, because that's going to be persistent. You're now bleeding, so you're going to take some more damage as well. That's already automated, so you don't have to worry about adding that. That's interesting. Alright, he's done. Gotta go to Cypher.
I'm going to just take a step back. I don't like this guy, but I don't want to be too far. Yeah. I'm going to get back, kind of center myself in the room, and then I'm going to, I guess, pull the big guns out.
Oh my.
Don't forget you're sickened.
Yes.
Phantasmal Killer. Ooh. Mental.
Yeah, so I cast the spell, and this is directed towards the big demon guy with the horns here. And he has to make a will save, DC 23.
Oof. Boy, you got his attention now. It's a critical failure.
Wow, this poor guy. The target is so afraid it might die. It has to make a fortitude save. If it fails, it dies. On a successful fortitude save, the target takes 12d6 mental damage, is fleeing until the end of its next turn, and is frightened 4. And it has the incapacitation trait. Yeah, so go ahead and do the fortitude save as well. Wow.
Public.
And if it fails, it dies outright?
It died. I actually didn't even read what the critical failure was. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
sweet. If it's successful, it still takes damage. I
So
didn't
what
think
is
that it was
this-
going to critically fail.
You create a phantasmal image of the most fearsome creature imaginable to the target. Only the spell's target can see this killer, though you can see the vague shape of the illusion as it races forward to attack the demon. The effect of the killer, the phantasmal killer, is based on the outcome of the target's will save. So what do you imagine this demon is seeing, rushing towards him? What do you imagine that is, since you can kind of shape it yourself?
Well, I would imagine that the demon, only the demon would know this, but from whatever figure shape, I'd imagine it would have to be something holy and good, that what's the opposite of a demon is like something angelic, holy. Perhaps it's like Sarenrae or Desna. Maybe he's imagining something top tier holy that he just is so afraid. Or who knows, maybe his boss is his greatest fear, not being able to complete his duty. I don't know if it would be Belcora or whatever deity. I forget the name of the deity that she worshipped. Perhaps it's that, but he seems like a pretty big baddie. So I imagine whatever it is he's imagining is really, really frightening, especially to get a critical failure.
So as you begin to whisper these words, this melodic sound of magic erupts from your lips, almost like a song, and it begins to fill the room and echo loudly to get almost everybody's attention except the grothlets, the mindless grothlets. I don't think that grothlet is frightened either, by the way. It's immune to mental, but this is your attack wasn't mental, but the effect was. So I'm thinking it's actually immune to fear or frightened condition. But anyway. And just then appearing as he lays into Karma, all of a sudden erupting from her is the image of this glorious warrior, almost like an image of Karma herself. It begins to grow and get huge before the demon. The demon begins to quake in fear of what looks like the image of Iomode herself. Or is it Karma? Cannot tell, but the creature is going to make his check.
Either way, it's still 12d6. Oh, he
23.
just makes it!
23.
Alright, well, let me roll the 12d6 either way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the fun part about being a spellcaster. It's just clicking or gathering all the dice. Alright, everyone, make room! Make room on the table! And roll. Just 38.
38. Let's check his immunities.
And he becomes fleeing until the next turn and frightened 4. Now, I don't know what the incapacitation effect is, so I'd have to look that up.
Alright, he's fleeing and he's frightened. So, yeah, he erupts in pain and screams, and he begins to cower and pull away from you, Karma. Whatever vestige has appeared before him. Perhaps it is you, Karma. It's very well done. I'm gonna give you a hero point for that. I was hoping you'd be a little bit more descriptive, like taking advantage of Karma, being a cleric of Iomode, kind of going a direction I did with that, but you deserve a hero point for that. So.
Well, I wasn't sure because in the description it says it's like the game master, so I was kind of like, wait, where can I go with this?
Good though.
Yeah. And it's great because I chose that to be a signature spell, so eventually when I get 5th level spells, I could do the, more. I get
Critical
I get
failure,
more.
baby.
Wow.
You're
Wasn't
dead.
expecting that.
Yeah. These demons are wimps. You killed the other one too. Remember, you just knocked the floor off. These guys are wimps. Even the bard can take them out. How do you like that? Yeah, that was good. All right.
That is my turn.
We're done. We're going to go to Valafor. That'll be round 3. Make him invisible. Let's just say he's not very good at stealth.
But bear in mind, guys, he's gonna try to run away on his next turn.
Tag of opportunity, because his ass is mine. I've already called dibs.
Well, just make sure you're in a position where he can't just run around you.
Alright, Grothlets are up next. Here we go. Start at the top. Right here against you, Bjorn. 14, that's going to be a miss. Target you. Okay, so you weathered that storm of claws. Lyra. Lyra.
Yes, sir.
Oh, one of them hits. Lyra gets hit by some claws from these two Grothlets near her. She's gonna take some damage here. And yeah, she took 18, but I already did it in this case. We're gonna go down to the one on Karma. Let's do that. You're gonna take some claw strikes from this Grothlet. It's gonna be a miss. It's gonna be a miss. How is that possible? He rolled 3 21s in a row.
Wow.
All with modifiers for first, second, and third attacks. So wow. That's a pretty rare occurrence. Grothlets are done. Gotta go to Karma. So the Grothlets are basically just raking at you. Occasionally they're spitting this acid in your direction. They're all over you guys. Bjorn, the champion, Lyra, and Karma. They're laying into you with these claws and bites. To no avail. You're all holding out pretty good. Karma, you're up.
Would I know if a Grothlet is an undead creature?
Unless somebody checked before and made notes. I can't really tell you.
Gotcha. Wasn't sure. Okay.
You can
I took a
use a
bleed, but no.
recall knowledge.
Is that an action?
Yeah, that's an action to do. It's a
do that.
recall knowledge. I'll tell you what skill it applies to. you can make a occultism check. Occultism would be appropriate for this type of creature. So if you want to make an occultism check, go for it.
How do I take my bleed's persistent damage? Is it automatic?
It'll automatically roll a
Okay.
d6.
Gotcha. Okay, so I unfortunately do not wish to use an action to figure out whether or not these guys are undead at this time. I will. We're just reading something really quick.
Bjorn, you're up next after Karma.
Yeah.
There you go. Man, where'd all our players go?
Undead. No.
When in doubt, do without. Move on. You could always go do it the next turn. What are you thinking of, Karma? What's going
A
on?
scientific experiment.
Okay.
I would like to cast a reaction heal. Disperse positive energy in a 30-foot emanation. This targets all living and undead creatures in the burst.
So this is a 3 action.
Yes, which means heroism will have to fall off.
All right, so roll your healing. Yeah, roll the healing. 22 positive damage. Or positive healing.
The Cypher's in that too, right? I know they're barely injured, but I just want to make sure.
Why is it different for everybody?
Oh, that is weird. Why is it different for everybody?
It says Bjorn got 19.
I
Avery
only
got
was 19 down.
Oh,
Yeah,
you only
'cause-
had 19 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, you're...
Yeah, I guess I
healed
am
up.
including that.
And Lyra just took 18 damage, so that basically went away. So we're back up full.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
this
was
is an easy fight.
that was
The creatures...
clear idea.
The creatures don't seem to react to the energy that bursts forward and fills this chamber. Although it is quite noticeable, it doesn't seem to cause them any discomfort.
Gotcha. All right, that is it. And heroism, like I said, heroism falls off.
It's hard to tell with this demon character. I mean, he's scared and quivering right now. You're not sure what he's going to do or if he took any damage. You have no clue.
I'm about to find out.
All right, Karma, you're done. We're going to go to Bjorn.
Alright, I'm free engaged. I'm going to try to finish some of these fights. I'm going to start with the
Oh,
guy.
hold on. You got to back up to Karma again. Karma, you're going to make a roll to stop the bleeding or to see if it stops automatically. The DC is going to be higher in this case because this was caused from a infernal wound. So the DC on this is a 20 instead of a 15.
What do I roll?
Just a flat 20-sided die. You need to roll a 20. Oh, so close.
Should I use a hero point? Nah, it's just a bleed.
Well,
That's fine. That's fine.
let me see here. The flat check to stop the bleeding starts at DC 20. The DC is reduced to DC 15 only if the bleeding creature or the ally or an ally successfully assists in the recovery. think the devil's going to help. The DC to administer first aid, which is something you could do untrained, I believe, with the medicine skill, to a creature with an infernal wound is increased by 5.
Wow.
So it's harder to recover from these grievous wounds. An infernal wound caused by an infernal weapon, perhaps. Regardless, it's much more deadly in the hands of this demon. So you failed to stop the bleeding.
Correct.
Alright. Bjorn, go ahead.
I'm gonna get technical here, Fritz. First strike on the guy that's directly above me. That's a hit. I almost asked if you wanted to dodge or parry there. So that's 15 points slashing. I'm then going to disengage from this fight because I have a date. I'm on the march. So the one in between me, Lyra, is off guard.
Let's do the disgusting demise. Everybody has to make Fortitude DC 19 check as it explodes in an acidic burst.
Fortitude, right?
Yep, DC 19. You're good. Good. Cypher? DC 19. Fortitude save.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Oh, sorry, I totally didn't catch that.
Fortitude?
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're good, Karma. Just made it, Cypher.
Just
Resist
made it.
the burns. Okay, Bjorn, continue.
I'm gonna lay into this demon. His ass is mine. That's a hit.
That is a hit.
It's gonna be 17 points of slashing damage.
He's near death.
That's all I got. I killed one, moved, attacked. That's all I got. That one is off guard now because we got, all that going in there.
Is it going to say flat-footed or off guard here? There it is, off guard.
I'm actually going to kind of break the order up here, Fritz. I'm going to attack the one that's off guard with Lyra.
This one? Yeah, I see.
Yes.
Hit.
Normal. That'll be 19 points, 14 slashing, 5 positive.
All right. You've injured him for sure.
Oh, yeah. Second one she's going to put on the one that's near death down below her. Trying to keep him off Karma's back.
She's a whirlwind with that elven blade.
Yes, she is. She's slashing right, slashing left. She's... Oh, and another hit. That's on the one down south of her, so that'll be 15 points of damage on that guy there. And, oh, so she killed that one. Okay. You want me to make that fortitude save now, or you want me to...
Do it now. Everybody make your DC, what was it, 19? DC 19 fortitude. As the acid explodes and fills the chamber once again.
Sorry for all the extra rolls, guys.
Everybody make it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the same exact thing. Just made it again.
It's got to be this update on Foundry, I'm telling you.
And for her last action, she'll go back to the final strike on the one that's in between her and Bjorn. So, here we go. Oh my, it is. Normal hit, it says. We got 16 points, 11 slashing, 5 positive. I don't know if that makes a difference or why I'm even calling that out.
Okay, she's done. You've got this creature almost surrounded. They're dying in troves. You got half of them down. Gonna go to the demon himself. Now he is cowering and afraid at this point, and I believe he has fleeing, correct?
Yes.
So he's gonna run for the hinterlands.
You sure about that?
He has no choice.
Because if he moves, I'm gonna get him.
Run away! On your turn, you must spend each of your actions trying to escape the source of the fleeing condition as expediently as possible. You cannot delay or ready while fleeing. So go ahead and make your free attack, fighter. No, wait a minute. I'll count that if I don't change my mind.
That's a normal hit.
Well, he has to flee. He can't cast, like, Dimension Door. He's got to flee. So, yeah, he's gonna go in that direction. You got a 20. That's gonna be a hit.
19. Slashing.
And as he turns about, not seeing you there until after the blades strike him several times, you manage to cut him down. Go ahead and describe that.
As
Finishing
Cypher,
blow.
As Cypher weaves her magic and Bjorn sees this creature after he moved down to engage it, the creature tries to spin around Bjorn, and Bjorn comes down with his blade, batting the glaive away before coming back across with a vicious backhand. Karma unfortunately gets some demon blood spattered all over her clothes as heads roll quite literally, and then Bjorn punts the head toward the nearest gauntlet, like football.
Unfortunately, he doesn't explode.
Unfortunately.
Let me double check him.
So yeah, it was an utter vicious decapitation. We got blood spattered on Lyra, Karma, knee. I don't think Cypher was too close for that.
Oh, good. I'm already sickened enough as it is.
Oh yeah, he just kind of spun right into it. Bjorn batted the glaive away and just.
So you did 19?
Yes, sir.
Alright, I'm not going to go through all your damage. Okay. I will say one thing that was a little easier than it should have been regarding the devil. Slightly a little bit easier, but I think you still would have defeated it as quickly as you did. Because I forgot something, but it's okay. It's minor. So, I'll leave that alone. Well deserved. Slaughter. Okay, so you're done. Or it's done. gonna go to Cypher. I think you're last, right? So you're next.
I am, yeah.
Still got a couple of these guys. Bjorn just crumpled that devil.
Perfect.
Yeah, that spell really helped. Run away! He changed his mind.
I'm going to target this guy. And cast Produce Flame.
$20. That's a hit. Normal.
14.
Darn it.
Hold on. I'm trying to inspire courage, but there we go. Oh. Oh, so that's just for me. Okay. So to catch you guys up with my ramblings, Cypher casts Inspire Courage to her companions, her allies, just to finish off these last guys, hoping that extra assistance helps.
So you begin to sing or chant litanies of courage, heroes, and everybody within 60 feet hears this, and you feel motivated to push on, to carry through these beasts, to keep your stance in this battle. So you can drag that spell effect Inspire Courage to your token. Everybody. Now, see, this is another way you can inspire courage on yourself. If you right-click your token, you can also do it that way. In which, in this case, you would give yourself a +1 status bonus.
When you guys look at my character token, do I have any status effects?
Yes.
Oh, how odd, because I don't see any on mine, but in the upper right hand, I do.
I see Inspire Courage Immunity, and I see Sickened 2.
Yeah, oh, okay. Oh, it's Guidance Immunity. Okay, that's just weird that I don't see it, but it's not like I need to, so I wonder if that's one of the things they've updated. Anyways, that is my turn.
You should be able to see that.
It looks all empty. I see everyone else's.
Can you guys see the effects on your own tokens? Bjorn, you have a couple.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, like on me, I got Light, Life Connection, and Inspire Courage. Biz has that Rune and Inspire Courage. Karma's got Bleed, Life Connection.
So, I don't see the markers on your token, but I see them next to the chat.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I see them in the chat, like next to the chat, but not on my token. It's not a big deal, since I can see them both ways.
That's weird. That's weird.
It's kind of nice, because then it doesn't take up too much space, although the new update is cleaner than how it was before.
Wonky.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alright, gonna go to...
Alright, that's it for me.
Oops, I think I pumped an extra round into that. Gonna go to the Grothlets. There's 3 still standing. But you finished off their drill sergeant, so it seems. What to do? You used your attack of opportunity, I think.
I did, but this is a new round.
Is that how it works? I thought it was till the start of your next turn.
It's a reaction. I get it once every round.
I'll have to double check that. Step. Actually, let me roll a dice. These guys are a little bit mindless. I'm going to roll a dice for this. Public. Because why not? On 1, it's going to take a step. On a 1 to 2, it's going to move. Anything else, it's going to stay where it is. 6, it's going to stay where it is. Give me a number between 1 and 6, Kyle.
Someone specific?
Someone give me a number between 1 and 6.
4.
4.
Hey, we're
Well
the
then.
same oh, it's 4. Uh-oh.
I guess that means it's on me.
Reaches to claw towards you, Bjorn.
No.
Misses. 26. Did that hit?
That did hit. Well, unfortunately
Reactive
for you,
shield.
Rich.
Reactive shield. Reactive
Yes.
shield. That means your armor is 27, so it misses. Alright. I think that was its second or third attack. I think it was its second. Okay. It's going to do a third. This time against the champion. As it whips wildly about, thrashing. Oh, come on. Third and final attack.
Oh, don't think it's gonna matter.
23. Hit with a natural 20. So that'll be a critical hit.
Well,
Why does
her
it
armor
say-
class is 25.
She got a natural 20.
Right. Plus 3. But that would have been a miss because armor class 25, the critical turned it into a success.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got brain fog.
You're good.
Big
That's
time.
why I'm here.
I'm trying to question Foundry at this point. No, Foundry, you're not right. I am.
Well, with the lag before, you know.
Yeah, come on. 14 points on Lyra. Okay. Gonna go to... wait a minute. Back up again. Got this one up here. That's out a screech. Goes towards the Holy One. Reaching with claws. I should have spit first. That was dumb. Missed. Missed. Terrible rolling on my part. Missed. And against you, Karma, you're gonna face the same thing.
Alright.
It starts to reach towards you with claws, wildly striking at you, and in this case it hits. Liberating step. It's going to deduct from the damage. 8 points, I believe. So
Yes.
let's roll its damage and see what it gets. You're going to take 3 points.
That would gain 9. 2 plus
3
1.
3 points of slashing damage gets through.
Got it.
I forget, was that its first attack or its second attack? That was its first attack. Okay, it's going to do so a second time. Critical miss. Third time.
That was against Lyra, not me.
Ah, jeez, I'm getting tired of this. I gotta remember to untarget somebody before I can target somebody else. I don't like that. second attack. There's too much clicking here. All right, hit. This is against you, Karma. 14 points.
Got it.
I can't negate that.
One more attack on you, Karma. 5, that's going to miss. No problem. Then we're going to go to Karma.
And it automatically did the bleed, right? I don't have to worry about that. Do I have to roll to try to stop the bleed?
At the end of your turn. Yeah.
End of turn. Okay, got it. Alright.
Now, there is administer first aid. I don't know if you can do this on yourself. I don't think so. It's where you stop bleeding. It takes 2 actions to do it. And you have to have healer's tools. And you'd have to get them out.
Yeah, I'd have
So
to.
I don't know if you,
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to take the time to do that. It'll take an action to get stuff out of your wherever you have your healer's tools. It might even take 2 actions to get them out.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a good idea during combat.
You guys need a dedicated healer here. Oh, wait, that's you.
That's me. All right,
you do?
so I'm gonna hit this guy. I'm running out
Get
of
him,
stuff.
Carl. Oh, look at that!
Nice critical hit.
Thank you.
Good catch on that, Kyle, with the 25, and I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah,
I was good catch on that because I was definitely fogged in the brain.
I got you.
Is it 15 slashing, or was it supposed to be critical? I don't remember what button I hit.
Critical, you have to roll.
Crit-
It'll
oh.
tell us if you doubled it or not. So you got 15. That'll be doubled because you didn't roll critical. So 30.
30. Okay.
Describe how you fell this beast right before it explodes, of course.
Karma, covered in demon blood from the decapitation, wipes her cheek, and she grips her sword with a small prayer, and she just goes to stab it right in the face.
All right, it falls with a splatter to the ground and just explodes in an acidic explosion. Once again, you guys are used to this, so go ahead and make your Fortitude 19 saves. Oh, Cypher.
I have a hero point.
It burns, it burns. Come on. 28. No,
22.
22. 22. What are all these rolls I'm seeing on here? All right. All right.
I have 2 more actions, so I would up. Said move. Like that.
Eh.
And I'll attack again. This time it's the next button.
Yeah, the next button to the right from the NAN.
Alright,
25.
so hit for 25 slashing damage here. So 13 slashing.
Oops, I clicked on you. Okay,
And,
it's-
is it?
you're done.
Yep.
You're done.
Now, what you do there, Karma, see how it says at the bottom where it says roll recovery check?
Ah, there
right
it is.
there.
Click on that.
Again.
You need it. You need it. You need a 20, so it's not actually a success.
Yeah.
Because it's an infernal wound. Or does it get easier? What was that it said? I think if somebody helps
I think if you get assistance.
He can help me clear it after combat's over.
Let me double check infernal wound here. DC 20. The DC is reduced to DC 15 only if the bleeding creature or an ally, a friend, successfully assists in your recovery. DC to administer first aid is increased by 5. You're not doing that. So yeah, it's 20. So you failed.
Gotcha.
Now double check your token to make sure it didn't take away your bleeding, because I think it might have, because you rolled that button.
Oh, it did take away my bleeding. So how do I put
Yeah,
that back?
that's an issue. Let me put its attack back in there. You should just roll a flat d20 on your own. Don't click that button in this case against him, because it's a little different.
That was my bad.
Nah, I didn't realize it until after anyway. So we're all at fault. I think this is going to give you another d6 bleed, so we're going to ignore that. So give yourself 4 points, because it already did this.
Back 4 points?
Alright. Bjorn?
Yes, sir. I'm going to switch to piercing on this guy, and I'm going to grab my targeting here. Back out stab. And I'm going to stab this creature on the back of the neck.
Oh!
That's a critical hit.
Okay, describe how you finish him off, and then give me your fortitude save.
Well, that would be 34 points of piercing damage as Karma, comes up and slashes the creature. Bjorn sort of ducks under her blade, sort of popping up into the air as he comes around the side and just buries his long sword right in the nape of the neck of the creature, yanking it free as it falls to the ground and then explodes. Fortitude's all around coming up.
Okay, fortitude 19 save as acid fills the chamber once again. Gonna have to build up an immunity. Don't forget Lyra has resistance 5 versus acid damage as well.
Yes, sir.
She does take it. Okay. Everybody's good.
Second action, I'm going to move up. If it'll let me. Get off there.
What is happening?
And then I'm going to launch another strike.
Ooh.
Hopefully trying to finish this job. That's a normal hit. That'll be 12 points of slash. I believe that's all I got.
That's all you got. It's near death. This happens a lot to you. You bring them right to the brink, and somebody else comes up and finishes them off.
Yep.
It happens all the time.
Which is Lyra. And she's gonna lay the wood down. I primed this bitch. She can lay the wood down.
It's time for a spanking.
That's a hit.
That is a hit.
It's going to be 17 points, 13 slashing, 4 positive. Once again, I don't know why I'm designating the positive, but that's what we're doing.
Undead, I think, are subject to that.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so you finish it off. Let's all make our DC 19 fortitude saves. Is another one. The final one explodes an acidic fountain of youth.
Fountain
Well, it
of
looks like a
youth.
fountain. It looks like a fountain. Doesn't explode as much as look like a fountain. It splashes, though. The little sprinkles get on you. Tink, 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 tink. Who didn't roll? Everybody's good, I guess. Okay. All right. Finally. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to... You finish them off. And at this point, silence once again returns. However, there is an urgency at hand. As you all look over at Karma, a nasty, vicious wound exists near her chest and abdomen, cutting through any armor she might have had there. It's just exposed, and you can see the puddle of blood forming at her feet. So,
we'll rush over, and
does Lyra have any more actions left?
she has 2, but she doesn't have any of her focus points or anything.
Does she have any kind of healer's tools?
Healer's tools.
Anything?
She has an elixir of life. That's it.
She'll still be bleeding, I think, even with the elixir.
All right.
I could be wrong. Well, you
Yeah,
need
she
healing
has
tools to
nothing
stop.
here.
All right, you need healing tools to be able to stop bleeding. All right, so there's nothing she can do then. Gonna go to Cypher. It's up to you, Cypher. Anything?
So we're just playing out the rest of the combat, or until we get back around to Karma, or?
Yeah, we're gonna see if Karma can, how long it takes and how much resources are drained trying to get her to recover. She's bleeding. Do you have healer's tools?
I do.
Alright, you can get them out for an action. Move up to her. I'll let you spend an action making administer first aid to stop her bleeding. You don't have to be trained in this. Oh, sorry, it takes 2 actions to do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I was kind of much too far to take it out.
I mean, technically, we can just ignore this and just make our healing and all that, but I just want to see how far this will go with Pathfinder as it's written. Like, in a combat situation, it would be important to do this. But outside of that, it's kind of like, you know, just bookkeeping stuff, because I don't think she's going to die, although it's theoretically possible.
So if we're really trying to stick to it, then I guess my last 2 actions, if possible, I'd take my healer's tools and give them to not Cypher, that's me. Give them to her, so that way they're in her hands at the start of her turn.
Alright, so she's got some healer tools in her hand. Go to the next round. Force nowhere to be seen. These guys are dead. We're going to go to Karma. You have healer's tools in your hand.
Alright.
Now,
Can I use that on myself, though?
yes, you're going to get an additional savings or a flat check to be able to do this. However, the DC is still 20. Or actually, no, it's plus 5. It's going to be
Like,
24.
Never mind.
Yeah, this is really hard, actually. Well, here, let's do it this way. Because this is going to be very time-consuming. Number 1, does an elixir stop persistent damage, bleeding damage? Does any magical potion stop that? If it's as simple as that. And I don't think a magic spell does it. Heal. Because bleeding is its own thing. I'm curious about this.
And I don't believe a potion does either.
Yeah, my guess is as well.
So, my question here is if I have assurance and I don't have to roll, I have 27 usually. At my medicine 17 plus 10. Would I just
So 27.
could I just stop the bleed and then also get rid of the second condition by 2 on an ally?
I'm an ally. I'm sickened. Say yes, say yes, say yes.
Yes, please. Just please don't puke on my boots.
So you could do, let's assume you did that. You're going to get a 27. I think it was a 23 or 20 something that you had to. Yeah, there's a 24. So you were successful on your first aid check. So what that means, if you're trying to stabilize, blah, 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 blah. If you're trying to stop bleeding, the creature attempts a flat check to end the bleeding immediately. So you're going to get 2 chances to stop the bleeding this turn.
Okay.
Now, I think because you did a successful administer first aid, let me look at this real quick. Your DC is now going to be a little bit easier against the infernal wound. Initially, it was DC 20. The DC is reduced to 15 only if the bleeding creature or if an ally successfully assists your recovery. It says ally. It doesn't say anything about you doing this to yourself.
No
Yeah,
problem. I
weird.
can assist.
I'm not even sure you can do this on yourself. I
Can
imagine you
someone-
could.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
administer first aid.
I don't know how you want to play it, but usually when I have this case, I kind of categorize persistent bleed damage for combat only. So if there's no threat, like immediate threat around, and combat's basically over, it's just imagined that everybody tends to the wounded immediately, unless for whatever reason they are unable to. Like if they didn't have healer's tools.
If
That's
I'm-
usually what I do.
I'm looking at the administer first aid description, and it does say you perform first aid on an adjacent creature that is dying or bleeding. It doesn't say yourself.
I know it doesn't.
That's fine. I got you.
I don't know if it makes sense or not.
Okay.
But in this case, I'm going to let you do it on yourself because you were successful with it. So you're going to do that. So now you're going to make your flat check DC 15 to stop the bleeding. So roll just a D20. You need a 15 or greater.
Can I hero point that?
You can hero point that. You better.
There's the button. It's usually here. I don't see it now. All right, I'm just,
Just
gonna
click
roll.
the D20.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll another d20.
Nope, failed. So your turn ends,
Do I have
and you
to-
get an. Your turn ends, and as a
Oh.
result, you get another save.
Oh, that's what you meant. I was very confused.
Yes, you get another flat check.
Gotcha. Okay.
This one was because of your successful administer first aid, that you immediately get the roll.
Can I hero?
The other one comes at the end of your turn. You got a 7, which is horrifying.
Can I
terrible.
hero point it?
You can.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of
Good
that.
thing you did the recap today.
I know. Ah, so close.
Wow.
Aw,
what is
man.
happening? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna
Can I
move ahead
say-
with this.
can
Get
I
rid
say-
of the bleeding.
Oh, okay, sure.
That goes away. Because you guys are going to heal and some time's going to go by anyway. Like Rachel says, we're not in any imminent threat or danger, even though you're in a simulated hellscape. This works. So I just wanted to see how that would play out.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like that, if we were in combat, this is what we would be doing.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've ever gone that far with it before. But it was interesting, especially against this infernal wound. So we'll assume that you were successful at healing that. Took some extra damage. And that's okay. And then you guys can do your normal healing. Your sickened condition as well. We'll assume you retched a few times and got rid of that. So that sickened is gone, Rachel.
Yes, while they pick up the rest of the remnants of battle. What I miss? I'm feeling much better.
And you guys can do some actual medicine checks. If need be. I don't know if you even need it. You guys walked over those dudes.
I might as well top off Layra while we're here, right?
Okay. And that's kind of the nifty thing about this, Fritz. Me and Karma both have assurance medicine.
So that's 14 to Layra.
Got it. All that in the span of 10 minutes.
Alright, now that everybody's feeling much better, let's take a look at what our friend is. And what's he doing down here, and better yet, what is he carrying? And she sifts through his pockets.
Be careful around that glaive. I've fought those creatures before. It's an instrument of pure evil.
She pushes it away with her foot. I'm not interested in that. It's too heavy a weapon for me. Although I'm very curious about the reach. And as she clutches her whip. But I've got this. It's more lightweight.
A whip. An odd weapon.
Everybody give yourself 64 experience points.
You said 60? Sorry.
64.
64. Got it.
The weapon on this devilish being that lies before you is very similar, almost exact, to the one you saw previously, carried by a very similar type of creature. Some type of demon or devil.
Hey guys, I was wondering if you might be interested in finding a safe room and recovering for a night soon.
You also notice on its forearm, Bjorn, this black leather wrist guard. It's unusual. It's unusual because it has a very bright red gem inlaid on it. You also see glyphs spelling out something you can't interpret, floating around this gem, carved into it. They seem to almost glow, however.
Bjorn will pick it up and try to identify it before he turns and looks back to Karma. Resting. I think we've made a foothold in this level. We could take a rest if everyone else is willing.
Are you taking the glaive? Are you taking the wristband? The bracers,
Wristband.
rather?
Yes.
All right, you're taking the bracers. I'll drag that to your token. The glaive, it looks very sinister. The runes of evil are inlaid all along its haft and even on the blade. It's an evil-looking thing. Again, very similar, if not identical, to the one you saw previously wielded by a creature like this you saw. You're taking it or no?
I will take the glaive and the wrist gauntlet.
All right.
I'm not
inventory.
keen on spending any time down here without further investigating what might lie around each corner.
Perhaps we should withdraw back to our safe room, collect our rest, drop supplies off, and get some ration.
That also seems like quite a shame to head all the way back.
I definitely could use the rest. I'm out of a lot of my energy.
How you looking on spells, Karm?
2 spells left. 1 heal.
You ain't got much left at all.
Nope.
And while you guys debate this, let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back for the final part of this. All right?
I'll be right back.
Yep, same
All
here.
right, folks. Intermission time. We'll be right back very shortly. Okay, we're back. Finish off our session here with part 2. See what's going on. We just divvied up some items that were found on the body of the devil. Bjorn now has a glaive. Doesn't seem to be magical, however, but it is a nasty, sinister weapon. He decided to keep it regardless. They all looked at it. It didn't seem to be magic at all infusing this thing, at least in the hands of non-devils. He's gonna carry it around and test it out, perhaps. They also found some bracers, something known as Drover's Band, and that was quickly identified by the Celestial in the group, that being Lyra. She is a champion of Iamode. She recognized it almost immediately. Perhaps because she is a celestial being, an Asamar. In fact, it's in her blood. And she identified it as Drover's Band, a set of bracers that allow you to command the will of lesser intelligent creatures, mindless beings. This is what the devil was carrying. Perhaps it was used to command the mindless Grothlets. Perhaps it was. Anyway, that was successfully identified. And now, Bjorn is going to invest them and put them on his wrists, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see how that works out for us. Also, everybody's recovered from the bleeding. Karma is good. She's been mended with the bandages and some healing. You guys really didn't take much damage in that fight. You did really well. Everybody gets a hero point at this stage for fighting so well. We'll end this encounter. So give yourself a hero point. And we were going to take a little look-see in Otaria, see what Althea's up to, but I think we'll save that for next session. Which is okay, no big deal. You guys know that we're going to be doing that, so. In the meantime, what would you like to do? The 4 of you are gathered here. Now, Valafor has disappeared. He dashed off to the other side where he thought he was going to join in this fray. And you didn't see him since. Looking down the eastern corridor, you see nothing, but you do see some doors.
Yeah, Bjorn will start heading that way, trying to find any signs. Trying to find any signs of him.
Alright, so that's what you see down that corridor. If you'd like to move your tokens and explore, you can do so.
I see like 4 of me on the screen, Fred.
Uh-oh.
There's like 5 of me crammed in there.
Time for a refresh.
Oh, now it's back. Uh-huh. I cheated. I just switched over to Lyra there for a minute. Yeah, but Bjorn will actually head up to the northern doors and take a listen at those. He's sporting that new glaive, shield strapped tightly on his back, the longsword tucked away and sheathed.
I'll take a listen to the opposite doors to the south of this hallway.
Yes, ma'am.
How about you, Karma?
To the south door.
see. Okay, give me blind perception rolls for anyone listening at doors. Blind. To the south, ears pressed against these very cold doors. You can feel knobs all along these steel doors. They're very rough and textured. You hear what sounds like fluttering of wings, like that of a large bird. And that's about it. To the north, you hear scratching, like something dragging a claw along a stone surface.
We'll sort of motion to Karma and Cypher. Once he gets their attention, he will kind of point to his door. There's something scratching beyond.
There's something behind that door. What do you suggest we do?
I would vote for North at the moment. That sounded like a claw, and it might be more Grothlet. That would give me a chance to try out this band. We could use the assistant.
Sounds good to me. What about you, Cypher?
Yes, let's head north, but of course, let's do so carefully. The scratching's never a good sound. Definitely not down here.
Not at all. And Bjorn will open the door.
All right. This plain stone chamber. There's two double doors, one in the north wall and one in the south wall, where you are currently peering through. You see tiny carvings along the east and west walls. Not much of a room, except for what you see standing in front of you.
Oh.
Oh, lovely.
Some type of guardian appears from the shadows, and its head squeaks as it turns to look at who opened the door to disturb it. And it looks at you. You contemplate your next move while I do a little reading here.
Oh boy, I picked a good hole to fall into, guys. Sorry about that.
I just closed the door. Just apologize and close the door.
So, any thoughts?
Apologizing, closing the door, flipping it off as I'm closing the door. Closing the door and bolt. I mean...
All right. Do you want to close that door?
Yes,
It notices you. It sees you.
Well,
Go ahead and close it.
It is looking threatening.
It looks disturbed. It's hard to tell. It's all bones.
Is it moving in an aggressive manner?
Its head just turned to look at you.
Okay, I'm shutting the door.
Go ahead.
Probably wise.
And it says I can't do that while the game is paused. Alright, without going to the north, at least not for the moment, there was a big creature in there. It was a skeletal looking creature. It had wings, had a tail. I advise we try that southern door.
I don't think we should do anything. I think we should prepare for a fight against him. monstrous skeleton creature.
Lyra's pressing her ear against the door just in case, to see if it's approaching the door. She doesn't hear anything.
Hopefully it's just as surprised to see us as we are of it.
Here is hoping. Be easy opening that door, Cypher. I'm right behind you.
Alright. Well, stand ready should anything happen. I'm gonna open the door.
Bjorn stands ready. Leg returns and stacks up behind Karma.
So from the southern door, that's where we heard like the beating, like something beating.
You listened at the door, something beyond the door that you're listening at. It sounded like flapping wings.
Flapping wings.
Like a large bird.
Mm.
Like a crow or something? Something that big?
You don't suppose they have two of those skeletal creatures, do you?
It would appear we're about to find out.
Yes.
Well, the creature you saw, Bjorn, was big. That was large, technically.
And these doors look identical to the ones up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Boop. Oh no, oh boy!
Here we go.
This tall chamber reaches a height of maybe 30 feet as you peer inside, looking up to find what made the sound. Transparent stone, however, makes up the southern wall, directly in front of you, across the other side of the room. You've seen this before. It looks like it's peering into a vast room with pillars within. You'd have to get in there closer to see exactly what is in that other room. You also see a jumble of metal scrap lying against this transparent wall at its base.
Almost out of nervousness, Cypher holds her breath. And she'll walk and take the first step into the room.
Bjorn would stop her.
What is it?
First. I'm wearing armor. Let me go first.
Alright, well, when nothing happens, won't you look like a fool?
Yes, but if something does happen, at least you won't be tore up or mangled or bit or anything else.
Alright, go for it. I'll hold the door.
Oh, well, thank you, my lady. You're such a gentle lady.
She's like holding back every feeling not to like play trip him, you know, like, oop, well, watch out.
And yeah, Bjorn will take one step inside. Oh, it's just an empty room.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes. Come on in, ladies. It's an empty room. And he will in turn hold the door for Cypher.
Very cautiously, almost not wanting to take my eyes off of the northern door, I will join you guys and enter the room.
Is there any way we could bar those two doors at the north?
Well, there's metal scrap right down here, so I got me.
As you all begin to step inside the room, muttering words to one another, contemplating barring the door, suddenly a voice rings out from above you. Close the door! Close the door! I don't want to get caught talking to you. You'll get us all tortured. So, surface dwellers, huh? Glad to see you. You're taking down Erevian, correct? Nasty devil he is. Bad business keeping him around. Yep. How about we leave each other alone and pretend we never saw each other? Maybe that would be preferred.
Sounds
That's
like
the
a deal
voice.
to me.
That's the voice you hear high above you. Again, this is like 30 foot high. But you don't see anything. There's no niches that you can see in the walls. There's nothing. With dark vision or light, you see nothing. What is your response?
Yeah, Bjorn's just looking to Cypher.
Yeah, Cypher just like answers back to this seemingly empty room and says, "Sounds good to me, but if this demon you speak of, if he's that horn guy that was outside this door, we took care of him, no problem. We can make anybody bend to our will."
Go ahead and make an impression roll. It's a diplomacy.
Oh, can I use deception instead? That's
This would
right.
be make an impression. Diplomacy. Because you're not lying. If you want to use deception to make an impression, I guess you can do that.
Nah, I went and rolled diplomacy. It's not as good, but it'll do, hopefully.
All right.
If it's a failure, I would like to use a hero point to attempt to not make it a failure.
All of a sudden, you hear the wings begin to flap, but you don't see anything. And as you look up and the wings get closer and closer, it begins to come into view. And there you see it, as it removes its obvious invisibility. I like you. You seem interesting to me. Are you an elf? One of the Fae of the forests, perhaps? She's speaking to you, Cypher.
I move the hair away from my ears, just kind of like tuck it behind my pointed ear, and say, "Yes, it's nice of you to notice, but I'm not one of the forests. More of the caverns and nearby mountains."
And this little creature that you see, you can see that she's holding some kind of tablet and a quill in the other hand, and as you're speaking, she's writing these words down. She's looking up at you and staring at you keenly. Oh, you are indeed wonderful. I like you. Who are these others? Are they your friends?
Servants. And then she laughs.
Servants.
She laughs and says, "I only jest. No, they are my companions. They've been traveling with me as we've gotten deeper down this labyrinth of tunnels. Do you live amongst these rooms? Do you work
I
here?"
stay here. I stay here. I watch over things, but since Belcor is gone, I'm not so concerned anymore.
So you stay here by choice.
I stay here by choice. And she begins to write down more of these words. And now she's looking at all of you, like as if she's counting. I see there was 4 of you in all, correct?
Even though, yeah, I'd say correct, even though we know that, this is only part of our traveling party. Just kind of like not telling the truth by not telling like all of it.
Oh. All right, give me a moment. I have a little bit more reading. Give me a moment, you guys, as you contemplate this.
How do you want to play this out, Rachel? Do you want to talk with her? Will I get in spear range and we just gank a bitch? Or what you want to do?
I never want to just stab him. I'm always down for reasoning, especially because Cypher's not even supposed to like combat. She's supposed to be like, all right, let's get in, let's get out, grab the treasure, make it out alive.
That was a.
I don't know what kind of questions you want to ask it, though.
I have a few for me that I'd like to ask it.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it has some information about the glaive.
Yeah, and kind of want to ask the basics of who's in command now. If Belcour is not here, then who's running the show? Where can we find him? What other places are on this level? What other enemies are on this level? Surely that can't be it.
Yeah, with the pen and paper there, maybe it's like some sort of record keeper.
Exactly. So
maybe it can tell us about the room that we can see here.
Exactly.
This horrifying room, which, like, I have not hints, but like I have an inkling of what it is. But you know,
I can help you. I can help
sure.
you. I can definitely help you. Any questions you have, I can help answer them. Yes, I can. But first, before we get to that, I have some things we must take care of. And she immediately starts flipping the pages in this parchment-like tablet. Yes, here it is. I have something to propose for you. A contract. Will one of you be so brave or so kind to take up a contract with little old me?
Never.
Not a chance.
Oh, of course not. I see your symbols of what is good. I have no interest in you. But what about you, elf? Cypher, your name is. I like you.
Well, I'm definitely the curious type. Can I see this contract?
Oh, yes. And she waves her hand and there's a flash of fire. And then she reaches, the page comes off from the tablet and she pulls it down to you. It's a piece of parchment. And it's in common in this case. And basically, if you want to take the time to read it,
I sure do.
She flutters up behind you. There, you can read the whole thing, and all I need is your signature with this quill. And you take the time to read it?
Yeah. So I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I'm just reading it.
Okay. While she's doing that, what are the rest of you doing, Bjorn, Karma?
Can I, further into the room, kind of look out through the transparent glass to see what's beyond?
You can. You can move your token. Whatever you see is what you see.
Whoa. That was all dark before.
Bjorn's gonna move closer to Cypher. He has his glaive in his one hand. He doesn't appear to be threatening, but he appears to be upset that this piece of parchment. And then he looks to the creature. You said that you can help us. I have questions.
You do, and what would those questions be? What would you like to know?
Who's in command of this prison? And where can I find you?
That would be Orevian. Orevian, he's a powerful devil, he is. He's under contract with Belcora, but I'll tell you a little secret.
Oh?
Knowing he is bound by contract to serve Belcora. And Belcora, of course, is dead. That is common knowledge. We all know that. He's been looking for a way to get out of his contract for some time. I don't know the details, but perhaps you might be of service to him.
We'll never serve darkness.
No, you won't.
I've killed many.
In life, perhaps. But in death, maybe you will serve. We will see.
Indeed we shall. I
What else
have
do you want to know?
these chambers. That door, the large door that we passed coming in. What do you know of it?
That big, transparent, almost transparent wall?
Yeah,
Or
the
door?
red one that has all the pentagrams and stuff on it.
Oh. He knows about the door, and he knows that if you look closely, you will notice that there are these indents. You will need fragments to get beyond that door. The fragments are the key. There is 5, but you only need 4.
Interesting. And where would I find such fragments?
Oh, it's not whether you will find them, it's whether you can take them. Each one is held by a very powerful demon, devil. And he names some of them. I'll put these in the chat.
Yeah, 'cause I'm writing all this down.
He knows of 2, which he names and describes. You probably want to write this down in your notes. Here's 1. Whoops. Control V.
Abernair, the quartermaster. Got
The quartermaster. And another one that he names. And he can give you roughly where they could be found. Now, in terms of the quartermaster, that first guy, she's not sure about this one, but she knows it's very possible this individual has it. This person is not a demon, is not a devil, and lies above you. The quartermaster is a Sarglagon, the ones responsible for changing shape of creatures. Flesh warping, I believe they call it. Find him. Yes, and you might find a fragment indeed, if they still live. The other one, Barkham Buck, the smith. Yes. He dwells to the north of this level, the prison, as we call it. To the north part. Not beyond the transparent doors. He kind of describes an area either where you encountered where you just fought your battle, where those creatures were, or perhaps a little bit west of there and north, those doors that you initially looked up before the combat.
Yes.
In that direction is where the great furnace lies, and you will find him.
Most enlightening. I only have one further question.
Yes.
Looking for someone said to be down in the prison. Goes by the name of Clovis. Wouldn't have-
Clovis.
Yes.
I know no one of that name. Are they a demon? A devil?
I'm unsure, but they were said to be down here. Have you seen any recent prisoners being brought in for questioning or interrogation?
They come and they die quickly. They cannot last long here. They are usually tortured or used for training practice for the great battle that is to come.
What battle?
Oh, those details we can't go through now. Never mind. I will
Bakura.
say no more. And immediately she begins to flutter upwards a little bit, backwards towards the wall.
Can I ask a question? She'll turn to it as it's backing up. And she'll take out a strange tarnished silver pin with a snake wrapped around her skull on it. Do you know what this is?
Is that the pin that, trying to
Clovis,
think who gave it to you.
I'm trying to, Vishari gave it to us.
I have never seen such a thing. But it looks pretty.
I should just put it back.
She immediately looks back towards the elf. Now, from what you can tell, this is a contract. It's obviously a contract with this imp-like creature, this devil. She's offering a contract with you. And what it is, it's known as the Devil's Luck. Okay? Basically,
Okay.
it's a bargain with this imp creature, which is one of the least powerful devils, for a fragment of infernal luck. Once per day, you can roll a savings throw twice and use the higher result. Payment. At the termination of your mortal life, Cypher, your soul must serve the imp for 100 years. In death, you will serve. There is a termination clause.
Mm-hmm.
If you critically fail a savings throw against a death effect and do not die, the contract becomes unenforceable on its terms and is voided.
Cypher returns the contract. She's like, "Oh, is that all?" And hands it back and says, "I'm not interested. I'll take my chances."
Oh, I had such hope for you. You would so enjoy serving. You really would. I know you would. And besides, it's such a long way off for an elf like you.
I was thinking that too.
Why would you be so worried then?
100 years is just a blink of an eye. What is 100 years?
Oh, what does it matter to your player? Your player will just roll up a new character anyway.
They have no
that's the
moral
contract.
ties. Yeah,
nothing.
she's just kind of like, well, if I change my mind, would I know where to find you?
I will be here. Of course. You're always welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I think
She looks a little miffed. She looks a little miffed.
I wonder why. Looking out at the cases or like this display, do I notice this one?
What, in the other room opposite?
Yeah. Like, is this exactly what we see? Do we see each, like, represented creature? And I only say that because I want to bring up this one to Bjorn. Isn't that the same creature type that we're looking for? That Clovis? I heard you bring him up.
Indeed.
So, just peering into this chamber, let's see if I can paraphrase a little description of what you see here. It's a long room, and what you see, these little chambers are actually like long pillars that almost reach the top of the ceiling. The room looks to be about 30 foot high to the ceiling. And these pillars rise quite high as well. But inside them, some of them actually look to have some type of creature in it. They don't seem to be moving, probably not even alive, or maybe they are. They're just standing inside these little chambers. You see 15 of them. 15 transparent pillars fill the center of this 30-foot high room. A bright light shines down into the center of each pillar, so there is a slight glow. A catwalk, 10 feet above the ground, circles around the edge of this room. No handrails, no banister. On the western side, which is over here, is that pinging? There it is. Yeah,
Okay,
western
yeah,
side.
there it is. I had to zoom out.
Each of these walkways stops at a set of stairs leading down to the pillars. Does that room interest you? And it's hovering over your back. I know very little about that chamber, except for the green creature, the hag, that dwells in there.
What do you know of it?
Even the devils run fast through that room. I know nothing else. You sure you wouldn't be interested in a little contract, warrior?
A contract depicting what?
Well, it's the same contract.
Karma
If
looks
you're
over to you
interested in it.
judgmentally.
In death you will serve me, but your life will be prolonged here. Great benefit I offer you, if you'll take it.
I've seen the way you fight, Bjorn. I don't advise you take this contract.
I would rather be drawn and quartered and roasted alive than accept a contract from you.
Ah, you're foolish. You are, as your god. Fools.
Gallant, courageous, and he starts praying at this creature.
Oh, jeez.
I don't want to hear your litanies. Your heroes. Ha! And she immediately starts flying up and suddenly fades from view.
Here's we have two options. We can find the smith in the north, or we can find our way into that chamber and see if we can deal with this hag. Suggestions, comments, criticisms.
I would like to bring up what our overarching goal is. Is it to find Orvian, the devil who was in the contract?
Orevian.
Orevian, thank you. The powerful devil that was in a contract with Belcora. Is that why we're here, or are we looking for?
I'm sorry, but Clovis is a secondary objective. Our main focus should be on continuing our eradication in the gauntlet. And it would appear we need to pass those doors. And now that we know that there are keys, in essence, for those doors, That's where I think we need to focus our presage.
As long as we're all on the same page. So we're trying to get through the door, which means we need to fight the other two who hold the fragments.
Correct. The smith, the creature said, was on this prison further to the north. We can begin our investigation there. It's close by. Valifor and I opened a set of doors going to the north. Might be of some use.
Sounds like a good plan then.
Cypher, weigh in.
Yes. I think this is the best plan we've got. Let's focus on getting through those doors. So we've got to seek out those people. Or demons, I suppose.
Indeed. But since I have you all here, these creatures we fight are not ordinary nor average. We will have to work together as a team to overcome these challenges. So, I have a parting request, should this be our last fight together.
She's listening.
Same.
Don't bury me in Otari. Burn my ashes up. Cremate me. Scatter my ashes to the north wind. Let me go home.
You're not going to die.
Oh, we all die.
I agree with Karma. You can ask somebody else because you're not going to die with us around.
We make a good team.
Yes, but do not make mistakes. I would happily trade my life for yours. In an instant, it wouldn't bat an eye. That is my request.
I will heed your requests, but let's focus on the mission at hand.
Indeed, let's see if we can find the smith. Perhaps he can forge me a new set of armor before I tan his hide with this glaive. And they said fighting goblins was easy. Try fighting me.
We want to head out of the room and towards the northern doors you had.
Basically, we're heading back to the west, back across the courtyard, to these doors over here. That's the ones that Valifor and I opened. Oh, we left Cypher in the dark.
She has dark vision.
Perfect. Oh, you dragged me out. Thanks.
Yes, but speaking on tactics, I will have to rely on all of you, just as you will have to rely on all of me. Let's play with our tactics. Let's play to our strengths. Cypher, you like to dance around nimbly in the shadows. Do you think you could do that on a more permanent basis?
I don't know what you mean.
I'm looking for a designated scout. Would you be interested?
Well, why didn't you say so from the start? Of course I scout ahead.
Good! Bjorn will walk up and open the door. I will be right behind you, scout.
Naturally, we'll take a listen. Oh, he just opened the door right up.
Yeah, we've opened these doors before.
Yes, but how long ago was that?
Right before our engagement, so.
And since then we've healed up and spent some conversation time.
Like, I would imagine maybe like 20 minutes, maybe.
Oh, look at what's ahead. You know, our friends.
This long corridor heads to the north. You see doors that almost look like cells on both the east and west. Obviously, they look like prison cells. But the doors are all open. As you step in and take a quick glance to the right and left, you see that at least these initial closest ones look to have nothing but barrels and crates, quivers full of arrows, spears lined up against the walls. And just then, As you step into this corridor and look about, you hear the hissing noises echoing down this corridor. And there you see not one, but you see 4 more of these creatures you've encountered before on the level above. And they see you. Cypher. Now, you probably wanted to sneak in, or did you just step in after opening the door and looked around like I described?
I'd say step in, because she's not expecting everybody to also sneak. We're closely following one another, so she'd imagine it's not possible.
All right, you're standing in full light anyway. There's really nowhere to hide where you're standing. And they see you. Eyes lock upon you as yours on them with your dark vision. And we're going to roll initiative. And that's what we're going to call the session as well. So let's do our initiative right now. Gee, do I want to put all these back in the initiative again like I did before? You guys could put yourself in initiative. So once again, we're going to be starting the session off in combat.
As soon as you put one person in to initiative, then we can do it. Because otherwise, there's nothing for us to put in our characters in.
I see. Let me put this guy in there.
I guess you'll have the chance to test that new weapon out, Bjorn.
Hey, I'm looking further forward to it. Come at me, you little goblin. Yeah, and he goes on for like a drone for like 10 minutes, cussing these goblins out, just chewing them a new butt. And he drones on and on about how these things are just unholy abominations that need to just die. A little context for you, Rachel. I played a character in Drachtamana who was a mage, and like he would walk up, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And then he drones for 10 minutes about the clouds and the moon and the stars and about the most pointless things ever.
He died.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert! He died.
He was a little halfling, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Halfling spellcat. Oh,
In
it was sad.
In another life, he knew Althea.
Yeah. And
He died in the arms of Orla, the elf that conquered the creature last night. Your character.
Yep. So
He died in her arms.
Died in Rachel's arms.
Like I said,
even there.
while I was vacuuming.
Yep. While she was back, she just, hey, I'm sorry, but may the blessings of the eight be upon ye and send ye on to the afterlife. And then she dropped my body and ran into the shadow.
Okay. Let's finish this. Let's do our outros and do our post chat after the stream. Folks, we're gonna call it right here. That's episode 73. Next week we're gonna do 74 and pick up where we left off. Once again in combat with some demonic-like creatures. We've got some new characters involved. Erevian, some kind of powerful devil that's made a pact with Belcora. There's a little imp flying around trying to hand out contracts like it was McDonald's. All kinds of interesting stuff to explore yet on this level. Hopefully we'll see Dizzy back again. And Jesse. For sure we'll see Jesse. So yeah, let's do our outros. Rachel, you're first. What'd you think tonight? Did you enjoy it?
Alrighty. Yeah, I had a good time. I am so lucky that demon got a critical failure on my spell, and as soon as we increased level, I was like rubbing my hands together sinisterly, and I'm just like, I can't wait to use this. That's also one of the fun parts about being a player. It's just like, yes, I'm stronger. Now what can I just flatten or zap? Or in my case, completely terrorize with their own internal struggles and fears. Yep. Who knew I had it in me? But I'm glad that wasn't as terrifying to face for us. I think we got lucky with a few rolls that went a lot better than some other combat where we just were not having a good time, terrible rolls. So I'm glad this turned out well. And we've also explored. There was no way I was going to sign that contract with that imp. I'm like, no, maybe, no. We all know there's got to be some fine print. I was going to do a sense motive on it to see if I could figure out. There's got to be something bad with everything that's down here. You can't trust it. And I'm glad that Karma is trying to keep the rest of us in line. Like, no, you don't do it. If I have anything to say about it, you're not going to make it out with that paper signed.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I had a good session. It was good equal parts, good combat, and good RP with new creatures, and new interaction, and then just of course ourselves figuring things out, and of course growing. Oh, we can't hear you, Fritz.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, it was a good session. I was going to give out a hero point, but the session's over, so no point to it, so oh well.
Uh-oh,
What do
we've
you-
got mic troubles. We heard you in the very beginning, and then it tapered off.
Test. How about now? How about now? How about now?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yes. And I like how it always looks like you're talking in Spider-Man's head. That's where the mic is.
Spider-Man. All right, Kyle, what do you think?
I mean, you know me. I had an absolute blast getting to crush and maim these little creatures, and the imp was a nice touch. I got to actually roleplay Bjorn's unwillingness to submit to evil. He just quite literally started praying at this imp as it tried to prevent him with a contract, and he just turned and started praying to it. So that was nice. And of course the party interaction, because it's inevitable. Sooner or later, I'm going to bite it in this gauntlet. It's going to happen. And it's nice to have those plans in motion for whenever it does happen. Because I'm a fighter and I do some stupid stuff at times. But I had an absolute blast, as I always do. Really enjoying this. Can't wait to try out this glaive. I've actually never played with a glaive. The glaive is the only weapon in either D&D or Pathfinder that I've ever had the chance to play with. So this is crossing off that list for me, and we're going to see what this glaive can do.
You're going to love it, Kyle. Glaives are awesome.
And I looked at my bonuses. It's only 2 off from my longsword. So yeah, I'm excited. I get to try this glaive. Can't wait to fight some more Grothlets. That way I can just command them. And then I'm walking around this level with an army in my back pocket.
Maybe. Give yourself 20 experience points on top of what I already gave you tonight. Everybody gets that. And funny enough, you didn't really spend that much time exploring tonight. It was only about, probably about an hour. Yeah, I'm going to say about an hour, because you did do some healing in there that takes 10 minutes or whatever. Yeah, we're going to count that as an hour of time passage, which isn't much. And how about you, Karma? What'd you think?
I had a great time. I mean, I thought that the battle was really epic. Cypher had a huge moment to deal that much damage in one hit and have such an epic scene fold out was really magical. And it was really cool to meet a little NPC almost. I was a lot of information got given out tonight as well, which is really exciting. I hope I got it all down.
Yeah, take those notes. Rachel does that. So we got our note keepers, I'm sure. Yeah, some NPC interaction is always good. It's been a while. It's been pretty much combat past few sessions. All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's all coming together. Who did I miss?
It's just the three of us
That's
tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, a small
Jesse's-
party.
Jesse's in the foundry right now. Maybe he'll come into the chat after the post chat. But anyway, folks, very enjoyable session. Got to role play some characters here. It was a tough session, really, for me because I'm exhausted. It's always challenging when you're a GM when you're exhausted, which I seem to be in every session lately. But yeah, we got through it. Combat was a little fatiguing, but it was interesting what happened there when the glitch kicked into gear in Foundry. I don't know what that was,
Oh my goodness.
but I'll probably edit that out of the stream anyway, so whatever. It seems to be working good now, so yeah, I'm happy with it. So yeah, so that's our episode, folks. We'll be back Sunday for another episode 74. So I hope you guys enjoy watching, and we'll see you next Sunday. So, folks, you guys hang in there, because it's only going to get better. And that's the truth. I'll talk to you soon.